one area. The other is there are just surveys basically, and they have different ways of, so like happy sheets or whatever. So basically, people will figure out before and after. I just wanted to give one very interesting method that I came across. So in a particular study, what they did was, there was this product and they wanted to see whether people enjoy using this product or not. So they took away the person's watch if he had one, and they hid the system's clock, okay, before they started. And then they asked the person to use the product for as long as he wants, and then he can, as soon as he's done, you can come out. I am standing outside. The person used, and then when he came out, they asked him to estimate the amount of time they spent with this product. So if people overestimate the time that they have spent, that means they were bored. If they underestimate, then that means they were happy. You know, so it's not necessarily that it has to be done only qualitative. Anybody would want to say?
Actually, there are even different types of validation. Like in qualitative, you have triangulation method, where you use 3 different methods to prove one point, and if all the 3 matches, then you actually proves your point what you are trying to establish. So, like for in this 3 method, one method can be a survey method, another method be like 3 different methods you can apply and then try to prove it. And some you can base it on the literature also, because a lot of in literature many people would have already talked about, and you can quote them and also prove your point also. So
about something else, not entirely about what you are talking.
Yeah, somebody would have written about something, but you can take that parameters and relate it to your research work and try to prove it. Because so and so happened, he has also said it, so this could be the reasons for it.
This is used for validation.
Yeah, validation.
It could be used for. So you can use, you can clutch every straw before you drop. So you can use everything, but some of these things are frequently used. The most frequently used one is quantitative, because it's a little difficult to argue with numbers. If you actually get the numbers from your study, then people usually believe you a lot more. Otherwise, you have to really have very strong arguments, and you have to, as you said, you can triangulate. That means you can look at the same point of view from multiple sources, and so on.
So validation by experts is another method.
Yeah, he is then taking our expert's opinion about.
So in the sense, you do something, you come out with the results, and then you ask 5 experts. Now, if all 5 experts agree that this is correct or this is right, then that's generally considered valid.
So one more example I can give in user studies. One of the very interesting things we look at in terms of validation. The example I gave in the classes the other day is if 2 people with very opposite behaviors are doing something similar, then that also becomes a validation of sorts. So for example, we met one sort of young woman, young IT professional, and she used ATM very frequently.